Welcome back to Freedom Diggers. If you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you get notifications when I upload new videos. Okay, today we're going to talk about hand digging tools, and as you can see, I have a variety of them here. So let's just jump right on into it. This is a probe, and a lot of people that were in the hobby back in the 70s, 80s, this is what they used. This was the only thing they used. They're pretty handy. You can, once you find your coin, you can push it into the ground, and it's got a rounded tip, and it's going to help you locate your coin. And a lot of guys, they would just dig it out with a screwdriver, making a very small hole. Not a bad idea, really, because it leaves such a small scar on, the turf where you're digging. But it does take some practice. I've practiced a little bit with this one. All right. When I started out, this is what I used. One of these guys. These are your hardware store, Home Depot-ish kind of gardening shovels. And they'll dig a hole, but they won't hold up for very long. In fact, I broke like 3 or 4 of them in my first season. They're not real sturdy. The handles break. They break right here. This wire part usually only goes in about that far. Same with the wood one. Wood one's a little sturdier, but they bend. See how that one's bent? And once it bends a number of times, it's going to break right off. So with these, to be honest with you, I'll kind of pass. All right, moving up the food chain. We got this guy. This is a true temper. Fiskars makes a similar tool. It's sturdy, comfortable. Problem I had with this one though is this split tip doesn't allow you to dig very well in hard soil. And I sharpened it, but this isn't hardened metal and it doesn't hold an edge for very long. Good backup, but this will probably frustrate you eventually. All right. And then there's this. This was probably the very first purpose-made hand digger for metal detecting. This is the Lesche, and there's a lot of copies of it. These are great because they're all one piece. They don't break. They're made out of hard metal, so they're not going to bend. And it's just made for what you're doing. These last. Speaking of copies, this is kind of a copy of it right here. This is the White's Digmaster. And it's a little bit bigger, as you can see, than the Lesche, especially in the handle area. Really great. Feels good in your hand. Very easy to dig with. I like the length and everything. It's kind of heavy. And when you put it into your sheath, especially in a fines bag, it's kind of clunky. I just throw it right in my bag. We're going to be talking about fines bags in my next video, so make sure you catch up on that one too. All right, this was recently purchased. I've always been curious about this one. This is a Predator Tools Raptor, and I've seen these in videos a few times and figured, you know what, I'm just going to buy one and I can show it to you guys. It's big, man. This is a monster. If you compare it even to like the White's digger, it's a big one. It does come with a sheath. Very nice sheath too, well made. That's a lot to carry though. I don't know if I'll use this for metal detecting. Probably good for bottle digging. Like all of the Predator tools, this thing is bulletproof. It is made from 4130 chromoly steel. And it's just, these things are like, this is a tank. I don't know how you could destroy this. And speaking of tanks and things that are big, here's a big one here. This is a mini Samson shovel, actually. I bought this for my son a few years ago, and we've gotten some use out of it. Not real comfortable to carry around. But if you really wanted to have a shovel, but you're not too enthused about having like all that length and dragging it around, this isn't a bad option. Because it's a Predator, it's also indestructible. And these run you about $65. The Raptor, that's in the $50-some range. And then these guys here, they run around 40 bucks a piece. But it's money well spent because you don't want your hunt killed by a broken hand digger. I mean, that really sucks. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. And here in Michigan, I'm just trying to get through this winter and come up with content for you guys. Right now, it's so cold out. I saw an Amish guy buying an electric blanket the other day. All right, well, maybe I didn't. So anyways, keep watching. Keep getting your coil to the soil whenever you can. Dig carefully and responsibly no matter what tool you use, so we can always keep it no permits needed and dig free or die.